Hi everyone. It's been while I haven't recorded any video. Thought of let me start recording videos about the RRG chart and the weekly status of major indices on the RRG chart, and would also help you to how effectively you can use some of the AI tools to write prompts. Um, and then we'll walk you through about how you can write prompts effectively. So we'll start with our activity, which I used to do when I was recording videos. It's been a while. So we'll start with the strike platform. So if anyone who's interested to access RRG chart can definitely um, look at the strike platform. And then we'll deep dive into our RRG chart status. So let me just go to the indices and I'm on the RRG chart at the moment. So you can see my screen, and let's go to RRG chart. So every 2 minutes it gets refreshed. So you might see some lag, or you might not see um, the major indices are reflecting over here. So just have a little patience when the market is live. Just a minute, let me just refresh this. All right, perfect. So I'll just set this up to Nifty 500, and then I will set the time frame to weekly. And those who wants to know about the RRG chart and which are the different quadrants that you would like to know, you can refer my previous videos. So there are basically four quadrants: improving, leading, lagging, and weakening. And uh, more information about what does that leading means, what does that improving means, weakening means, and lagging means, you can just go through the previous videos. I will not cover in this video, but probably you can cover, you can watch those videos and get more idea about it. Now let's look at this, and let me just make to the fit. Now, if I start from the beginning, so some of the sectors which are in the leading at the moment is reality, which is in the leading zone. What does that leading zone or leading quadrant means? It is having a strong RS, relative strength ratio, and RS momentum. So it is having around, if you just keep your cursor or mouse over there, you can see that RS ratio is 102 and the RS momentum is 104. So the center line is basically is all about 100. Everything is 100 over here, the RS momentum and RS. So this is the central line, which is, we call it as a benchmark. And then this is the status of the Nifty reality. So this particular sector is in the leading quadrant, slightly up at the moment, but not a significant reduction in the RS momentum. So RS momentum represents on the y-axis, and the RS ratio is represented on the x-axis. And for Nifty small cap, you can see it is in the leading at the moment, but I will not cover those specific indices, but rather I'll just focus on some of the main indices. So Nifty Media, it is in the leading, but slightly having a weak RS momentum, but it is in the leading, but RS is strong at the moment. Now, if I look at the PSU, yes, there is a slight improves in the RS and RS momentum, still in the leading zone. Um, then Nifty Metal, yeah, headed towards leading from lagging, and this is a significant. There is a significant improves in the RS and RS momentum both. Nifty Energy, it's hovering around near to the benchmark, which is in the center, so not a significant RS and RS momentum. It just consolidating. That is what I can say. Nifty IT, it is in the improving zone. But not having a significant RS and RS momentum. So overall, IT is still not that great at the moment because it has to cover a lot of space to get into leading. So that means it has to cover a lot of RS relative strength to show to get into leading, and along with the momentum as well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this particular sector. Consumer durables, again, showing a very good improvements in the RS and RS ratio. You can see this. there are improvements, right? So you can see those are improving really good. And then Nifty MNC, it is then improving. Nifty Auto, yeah, there is a reduction in the RS and RS momentum both. It is getting refreshed, so just have a patience. All right, so let's go to the next one. Then we have Nifty 50, Nifty Financial Services. Yeah, Nifty Financial Services is very, I can say that it is in the weakening. That means it has a reduction in the RS momentum, but the RS is still strong. So it may get into leading, it may get into lagging, it may get into improving from lagging if there is a further reduction in the RS and RS momentum. So we'll have to see how it behaves. Nifty, yeah, let it complete, let the refresh complete, and then we'll see how it goes. Da. So let me just go back and put it this. All right, so Nifty Private Bank is still in the weakening. That means significant reduction in the RS momentum, but the RS is still good. So you can see that the RS is 100, RS momentum has reduced to 97. Nifty Bank and Private Bank, both are almost same. There are no significant difference. Oil and gas, I can see it is in weakening at the moment. Nifty PSC is in the weakening, significant reduction in the RS and RS momentum. FMCZ is in lagging at the moment. It has to cover a lot of space to get into improving and then leading. Nifty Pharma is showing strength in terms of RS momentum and RS. So we'll have to just keep a close eyes on it, and healthcare as well. Yeah, these are the major indices that I can see. So if I have to summarize, what are the things that we need to keep an eye? Some of the turnaround story of the Nifty Pharma and Nifty Healthcare. Nifty IT, we need to keep a close eyes. It's still far from the leading. It has to cover a lot of space in terms of RS ratio and RS. So we'll have to see how it behaves further. Consumer durables, again showing significant strength. And some of the things that we can look at under leading. Uh, you can see here Nifty reality here. We need to keep a close eyes on it to see if there is a further reduction or it just stays in the leading zone. And then we have media as well. If there is a slight improvement, and the PSU banks are also showing a good strength in terms of RS and slight improvements in the RS momentum. So we'll have to keep a close eyes on this to see how exactly it behaves. All right, and in fact, Nifty Metal as well. So Nifty Metal, Nifty PSU Banks, Nifty Reality, Nifty IT is at the bottom, but we need to just keep a close eyes. And Nifty Financial Services, Nifty Private Bank, and then Nifty Pharma and Healthcare Index. These are the ones which we need to keep a close eyes on it. Now, moving on to the prompt, how to write a good prompt, right? So this is something which I wanted to showcase here. So let me just bring my screen over here. We have so many things to look at here, right? So let's go here. Um, so let's say whenever you have to write a prompt, always remember you need to have five major components, and I have mentioned this in my Twitter or X account as well, that you must have five major elements added into your prompt. One is you need to define the role of the LLM that it's going to play. Um, and one thing I want to tell you is any LLM doesn't want to help you. It just wants to generate a text for you, right? So in order to get a maximum output, you need to define the role. You need to give the task to the LLM, that what exact task that you want LLM to perform. And then context is optional, you can give it, or you can ignore as well, or it's optional totally. And then you need to give a guideline in terms of um, what type of output that you want, or if you want to have step by step elaboration, or step by step information that you're looking for it. And then last is output, in which format you want output from LLM. So these are the 5 elements that you need to keep in mind whenever you write a prompt. And when you start adding these 5 elements in your each prompt, day by day, you will see the improvements when you write a prompt. Plus, you can attach screenshot, you can attach con calls, you can attach screenshot as well. You can give a link as well. Now it has a crawling feature, so it can go to the website if it is available to access, and it can read through it. So that's how you need to define the prompt, and it does the magic for you. It does save time, but I would also highly recommend you to look at through from your perspective other than the AI or LLM model, because um, AI can help you to save time, and that is the main purpose of saving time and get the maximum output. And then you thoroughly check from your side as well whether the outputs are matching with the required information or not, and then you take a further call. So let's say I go to screener. So let's say I just, yeah, debt reduction. Take an example of, so I see, yeah, let's take an example of this. And there is also a declarative LLM inbuilt by screener team. What does declarative AI means is there are declarative cards already available on the top, which is giving you the predefined template across which you can ask the question. Um, and then it's not a free version of LLM, but it's a declarative, probably LLM model, which can give you the information with the predefined template that they have set it up. And then you can just copy this and go to the chat GPT. And you don't have to copy the prompt. You can just write one prompt and then you can. So you need to define a role. You are the best, why best, one of the best, because you're giving encouragement to the LLM model, although they are not human, so they don't understand the emotions of what does that best, or one of the best means. But it does get trained on the weights, the 10 trillion weights, that maybe more than that now. So all the parameters, they have been feed into it, so they recognize that as an encouraged word, although they don't have a human feeling. So you are the best financial advisor or equity analyst. You do a wonderful job identifying fundamental triggers of any company. So you can just define the role in a 1 or 2 line, or probably 3 line, depending on you. And then you get into the task. Your task is to go through the screener dot n for, and then just copy that, analyze the fundamentals completely, and go through the fraud checklist to go through all the available sources over the internet to perform the in-depth fundamental analysis. Please feel free to ask questions. And then you can also add reward things, but that's again, as I said, LLM is not a human, so they don't understand what does a reward means, what does that best means, one of the best means. But there are weights, more than 10 trillions plus now have been feeded, so they know that those are encouraged words, so they take it as that way. But those are not like, they're not waiting for any rewards that you want to pay $100 or 100 rupees or 200 rupees to them if they do this task properly, but just adding additional weights in your prompt so that they can take this as an encouraged way. uh, I will reward you if you do this task properly, or you can write it as the reward is on your way if you do this task properly. So let's see. It's a simple prompt. You can add additional con call or rating analysis. You can also give additional information from value picker as well. You can play around with a lot of links. I haven't mentioned about I need it in a table format, so I just mentioned, yeah, it's just giving me a lot of information. So can you please provide me a summary in a table format? I just put a prompt over here, so it's just gonna give me a summary in a table format. Um, you can also see the key fundamental triggers, right? Margin expansion, right? Uh, and then here's to all. So let's see what happens. And similarly, you can write a prompt for different scenarios as well, right? So it can do DCF as well. It can do a valuation matrix as well. Can you also perform the valuation on the forward basis for the next 2 to 3 years based on the guidance given in the recent con calls? So always remember the valuation has to happen on the forward basis, not on the current basis. So just look at how's the valuation on the forward basis, maybe a forward peg ratio or forward the respective valuation multiples that you would like to use for a particular industry or sector. So let it complete. So it is looking at different places over the internet with the crawling feature. I think yeah, you can ask further questions as well. I don't want DCF projection, but I want a normal forward basis projection as well, depending on the revenue and the guidance. What would be the uh, you know best case, bear case and bull case scenarios as well? So it can play around and get you the exact information for the next 3 years. So this is how you can play around. Um, Feel free to ask questions, leave your comments, and any improvements, anything that you think that I can improve in my videos, feel free to let me know. Happy to connect with all of you over the X account and via chat. So thank you so much for your patience, and I hope you take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.